Hey everybody, good morning. It is, what day is it today? December 22nd. We have double drops coming up in 4 days. So this day is actually day -4 is the way that I think about it. And I put out a spreadsheet a long time ago. Well, not a spreadsheet, but a math club Reddit post on double drops, which looks like this. And it's evergreen, right? I know that there's a lot of people that put out a new video every time that there is a double drop event. um, and the way that I wrote this was intended to be, hey, no matter when double drops comes up, you can use this as a basic guide as long as there's a few days leading up to the event to make things easier for you. But I decided this time, let me get it out into that space of people that hates reading, and for whatever reason enjoys listening to my voice. So the things that we're going to talk about today, again, they are intended to be evergreen. They are intended to be something that you can follow no matter when double drops comes up. We will be using my refresh times as an example. You can convert it to your refresh times as you see fit. So my refresh time is at 2 p.m. I get my daily energy, my energy refresh for everything. And I believe that means that at 2 a.m. is when my day actually changes over. So my bonus energy is at 2 p.m., at 8 p.m., and at 11 p.m., right? So as long as you have those timelines, you can maximize your bonus drops and change it based on what your day looks like. Yours might be the same, it might be different. I have literally no idea, right? What I will say is that the difference between 21, I don't know, 5 energy and 2119 energy is so negligible that I personally do not bother with making sure that I absolutely hit the minutia of every single point. And if you're someone that doesn't want to stay up until 11 p.m. or until your last bonus energy of the day, just keep in mind that it's really not that big a deal. So let's kind of take a look, shall we? I mocked this up yesterday, and this is intended to be a basic guide for quick math, right? So this does not take in the minutia of every little piece. It's just a quick, hey, let me do this math and see what things look like. For now, we're looking at Cantina Energy. I'm really only focusing on Cantina Energy and normal energy as those seem to be the ones that are most important to people. Ship Energy and mod energy is going to look very similar to Cantina because your full preload is the same 1119. However, you do get bonus drops at different times, and the timing on the energies themselves is different. So this day efficiency chart will look roughly the same for those energies, but how to get the minutia of each point will look very different. Just keep that in mind. We're not going to go over those because I don't think it's as important to hit those goals, those targets as exact, right? So when we look at Cantina Energy, we have a rate of 5 per hour. You get 120 per day. You get 1 bonus energy. That's at my 2 p.m. And then we have the drop rates for signal data. These are slightly on, slightly off. They're completely and 100% crowdsourced. And then I also put into this graphic a baseline, which is what we can expect on a normal day, what we can expect on a double drop day, and what we can expect on a preload day. So a day where we got to that 1119 preload and the double drop happened. And we see the difference is 32.81 battles for that baseline, 65 for a double drop, and almost 140 battles for a preload. That's more important than the drop rates of any specific item, and you'll see that when we go into normal energy that I actually don't even focus on the drop rate of anything, but really just what we call battle potential. And this is assuming, of course, that you're also doing 3 daily refreshes, which is what most people who are looking at double drop math are doing, and most people in the mid to the end game are doing. What we'll notice with Cantina Energy, if we look at our regular efficiencies, right, at that 7-day, and the only reason we put 7-day in there is once in a while we get a huge amount of notice. At that 7-day start, we lose a ton of our efficiency, right? It's actually worse off for your account. And it's not actually until today, day -4, that you start to see some kind of increase, right? But you'll notice that it's really here at this sweet spot of day -2 and day -1, where if you start your preloads there, you are going to see a huge efficiency increase that you're not going to see by starting today. You'll only see about a 5 to 10% increase for that day 4, right? And for day 3, about a 40% increase. I don't personally think that is worth it for an extra bit of crystals, right? You're going to be able to double your actual drops or even quadruple your actual drops by doing it correctly. So we'll go over those Cantina strategies first before we talk about normal energy. I have isolated 2 Cantina strategies that work really well for me. But again, I personally don't deal with the minutia. I very rarely get my 11 p.m. bonus energy because I don't want to stay up that late, right? As long as I get to the soft cap, which for Cantina Energy is 1,000, I'm happy. I don't care about the extra. But for our Cantina strategies, I've isolated 2, and our Cantina strategy for just doing 3x refreshes, it's basically going to start in day -3, which is tomorrow, playing one of your refreshes in the morning, timing yourself to 24 energy right before your bonus energy at 2 p.m. hits, applying that bonus energy, and then applying the remaining 2x refreshes for the day. In day -2, you're applying your 3x refreshes for the day, applying your bonus energy, and then in day -1, you're doing the same thing, but making sure to apply the bonus energy first so that you can hit 999 energy before capping to 1,119, right? One important thing to note, though, when we're talking about these very specific hit 24 energy right before your bonus energy hits, just keep in mind that you have a 2-hour window for that. So as long as you're fairly close, you can wait till the end of that window and burn an 8 energy battle if you need to, right, to get back down to 24. Now, this is the poor man's way of doing it. It'll cost you about 800 crystals. We're not including this refresh up here because this is before the double drops. Our battle potential becomes 140. We've wasted 18.75 battles in energy that we are waiting on, and we have a net gain of 121 as our battle potential, which is awesome. The other way of doing this is by doing a 4th and 5th refresh. The only reason that we consider doing this is because on double drops day, those 200 crystal refreshes are just as efficient as a 100 crystal refresh on a normal day, right? So some people are going to do 4 and 5 refreshes. I almost certainly will be doing it because of just how big that signal data crunch is for me right now. So for this, if we do our 4th and 5th refresh, day 3, we're going to play the day as normal. Day 2, we're going to play 2 of our refreshes. We're going to stop spending energy around 9 a.m., applying our bonus energy at 2 p.m., right, so that we can hit what will be roughly or exactly, if we want to hit that minutia, 60 energy. Once you hit 114 energy, apply refreshes 3 through 5. So that's going to be much later in the day. It's going to be around 10 to 11, maybe even 11:30 p.m. But that is the important number, is making sure that we don't apply refreshes 3 through 5 until we hit exactly 114 whenever you do that. On day -1, we're going to apply our 2 p.m. bonus energy and then apply 5x refreshes, and that'll get us 1,119. Once again, we want to apply the bonus energy first so we can hit that 999 exactly, so that we can apply that final refresh to get to 2,119. Now this will cost about 400 more crystals, right? So 1,200 crystals. Our battle potential is the same, 139, but we've wasted less battles, roughly 10 less battles, and we have a higher net gain overall. Is that worth it for everybody? I don't necessarily think so, but it is something that I am going to be doing because I really do need the signal data. Now moving on to normal energy, it does look a little bit different. And once again, you'll notice that I did not do anything with drop rates. We really only focused on battle potential, specifically because some people are farming shards, some people are farming kairos, some people are farming G12 gear. I don't know what you're farming. We weren't doing big long drop rate things. Our this says Cantina, but it shouldn't say Cantina. We'll fix that. Our normal drop rate is 10 per hour. We get 240 a day plus our bonus energy of 135. Our subtotal is 375, and our full preload is 2,119. We look at the difference from our baseline, right? 73 battle potential if we do things on a normal day with 3x refreshes. On a double drop day, that's 147 battles. And if we do a full preload, that's 423 battles as our battle potential. When we look at our efficiency rating, it's not really until today that we start to see it worth it to hoard for double drops, but this is not really the best day to do it, right? We see an efficiency of about 144%, so about 44% better than normal. Whereas if we start tomorrow, we're going to see almost a 100% increase on top of that. And if we want to get into the rich blood, we once again go on top of that to almost 300%. Now you could do this in one day, but it would cost you 4,650 crystals, which to me is insane. You do get about a 200% increase, right? When we're talking about those as additive numbers, I don't think it's worth it. We will be talking about this day 3 and this day 2 hoarding strategy in just a second. So our normal strategy I've kind of applied in the same way. If we want to do the 3x refreshes, day 5, -5, which already happened for us, but we've put it in there specifically so that this video can be evergreen and you can look at this in the future. We're going to play this day as normal. You're going to burn your energy all the way to your 11 p.m. bonus, using your 11 p.m. bonus, and then letting your energy sit for the rest of the day. Today at 2 p.m., you're going to apply your bonus energy at 139 of 144, right? And there's actually still a pretty decent amount of time to do that if you're watching this ahead of time. But again, the minutia, not super important to me. You're then going to apply your 3x refreshes. You're going to hit that 8 p.m. and that 11 p.m. bonus energy. You're going to do the same thing on day 3. You're going to do the same thing on day -2. On day -1, once again, it's important to get all the bonus energy before applying your 3x refreshes, or at least one of those 3x refreshes to hit that 2119. Your total cost is going to be about 600 crystals. Your battle potential is now 423. You've wasted about 75 battles worth of energy, so your net gain is about 348.8 battles, which is very nice. Now, we do talk about doing those extra refreshes and being able to do those extra refreshes. I do think it can largely be very worth it, especially with normal energy, which is cheaper. On days -5 and today, which is day -4, you just play as normal. On day -3, do your normal 3x refreshes and use them. By the end of the day, apply your bonus energy when you're at 4 of 144 energy. Of course, you could apply it first, I guess, but you want to make sure that you don't apply refreshes 4 to 6 until you are at 49 energy exactly, right? That'll get you to 409. Day -2, you're going to do the same thing that you normally do with 6x refreshes, And on day -1, you're going to do the same thing, but once again, swapping it so that your refreshes come after your bonus energy. This is going to cost you about double, so 1,200 crystals for a battle potential of 423.8, the same thing, but we're only wasting 51 battles now, right? Which gives us an extra 24 battles to work with, which can be very nice if you're farming something like Chirotech or even shard farming. These are based off of a 10 energy battle, so your battle potential may change if you're doing things that are a little bit higher, but the actual efficiencies don't change at all. Again, we're not really talking about ship or mod energy right now, but it's going to look like a modified version of both the normal energy and the ship energy and the Cantina energy, because you have that cap that is 1,119, and you have the same rate per hour as normal energy, which basically means that you're really not going to want to start doing any of this until at least tomorrow, but more likely day -2, especially with the refreshes being a little bit cheaper. So with all of that said, I do hope that you guys find this stuff helpful. Reference this video in the future. Don't worry about every different event and making sure that you're watching the most up-to-date version of something like this. It's basically going to be the same thing for any drop, double drop, where we get any type of extended time in between. So I hope that helps. Have a great rest of your day, guys, and peace out.